Hey everyone, welcome back to Between the Lines. Today we're joined by head coach Rob Fisher and Mitch Volker of the KU wrestling team, who just finished the Terrapin Duels last weekend. First off, guys, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
All right, we have a lot to talk about. There's a lot of buzz going on about the team. You guys did just, as we said before, you participated in the Terrapin Duels this past weekend. You picked up 2 wins. How do you feel like the team performed?
I thought we performed really well. We went up against a Division I top 15 team, and didn't do that well on the scoreboard, but a lot of really close individual matches, and then we won the other 2 matches we were supposed to win.
Definitely. And Mitch, you did actually get to play against. You wrestled against Maryland, which is Division I. What do you learn? What kind of experience do you get from playing against such talent like that?
It's kind of like stepping stone. You get to see where you're at, get to measure yourself, and hopefully get better from then. And
so it's a good learning experience
just a good learning experience.
For sure.
Yeah, because you guys do have a lot of buzz this season. You're currently ranked 12th preseason, and you also have 5 returning national qualifiers. I'm just going to ask you, Coach, how good do you think this group can be?
I think this can be one of my best teams ever. I've been here now. This is my 15th year, I believe. And this, on paper, and you never know how it's going to play out, could be our best team ever. So I'm really excited.
Very excited. One guy in particular that we're very excited about is Ziad Haddad, who's the preseason favorite at heavyweight. How good do you think he can be? How far do you think he can go?
His goal is one goal only. He's going to be a national champion, and he's not going to settle for anything less. It doesn't always work out that way, but that's his goal, and he's going for it.
Okay, and how's he handled the publicity of that preseason accolade?
I think it's a little tough. I mean, it's never easy to be the favorite because everybody's gunning for you. He gets everybody's best performance, but he's handling it okay.
Yeah, he is a very humble guy from what I've known.
For sure.
And Mitch, you also are ranked preseason. You're ranked number 3 at the 141 class in the Super Region 1 polls. Do you not like having a target on your back, or do you embrace it as a challenge?
I don't mind it. I'd like to be placed higher. Rankings, I just like to look at them. It's what other people think. It's not my opinion, but it's good to have.
Yeah, it gives you some confidence heading in. And, you have a lot of guys, 7 guys, I believe, are ranked in their class in the Super Region 1 polls. What do you guys do to avoid complacency during times like this?
Good, Mitch.
Just stay confident. Don't read too much into it. Keep focused on what you need to work on, the mistakes we made last week, and keep improving.
And, Coach, what do you do to make sure the team doesn't, get overconfident like that?
That's not really hard. I mean, we could beat them down and beat them up and work them really hard in the practice room, and it's not really a problem.
Okay, and also in the Terrapin Duels, you also played against Johns Hopkins. What's it like having to play against Division III? I didn't even know you could play, against a team of a different division before.
Yeah, our schedule has always been really diverse. We wrestle quite a few Division I schools throughout the year, and we wrestle mostly Division II, of course, because that's what we are, and then we throw in some Division III. So, it's all over the place. I mean, Maryland wrestled Hopkins as well, so it's Division I wrestling and Division III. Wrestling is a real close sport, and we compete against everybody.
Yeah, and you obviously got to use a lot of guys got to wrestle in that. Everyone got to, get some action.
Absolutely, yeah. I brought a starter and a backup pretty much at each weight, and was able to, get the starters 2 matches and the backups at least 1, so it was nice.
One thing I noticed is I saw on the scorecard, Ziad didn't get to wrestle. What was that for?
Yeah, Ziad's got a little bit of injury problems, but nothing major, nothing that's going to keep him out for an extended period of time.
Right, so you want to keep him healthy for when the PSAC play starts.
Absolutely, we're not going to early on, the wrestling season's a marathon, not a sprint, so the early on, we're going to be a little more cautious than we would later in the season.
Of course, and Mitch, as we all know, Ziad is hopefully will be another All-American this year. What's it like to play with an All-American on the team? What's he like in practice?
It's awesome. He brings a lot of great work ethic, confidence, just getting everyone motivated. Like last year, my goal was to be an All-American. Z, sat down with me this year and said, "You shoot to be an All-American. You fall short, you end up not placing. Convince yourself you want to be a national champion. You fall short, then you."
So it's all mental, you're saying?
It's all mental.
Okay, so
what do you? That's a big part of his game.
Of course. So what are you and the other guys doing that it made All-American last year? What are you guys going to have to do to get back there and go further, hopefully?
We're going to have to do what coach has asked us to do every year, and that's pick it up, train a little bit harder, get a little bit better, lose the weight the right way. Just small things. Small things always add up.
Yeah, as you speak about training, what's the training consisted of? Has it been any different? Has there been a higher tempo with all the expectations this year?
Yeah, Mitch touched on it just a little bit. Every year I ask the guys and my coaching staff and myself just a little bit more. and they've really picked it up this year. And we're weight training a little bit more this year, which is great, and we feel it's gonna keep us strong. As they're losing weight, you know, the tendency is to lose a little muscle as well, but we're trying to combat that by lifting more during the season this year.
Right, and as you mentioned, keeping weight, that also, of course, means they have to have a strict diet. What kind of, how do you manage, you know, everyone keeping the right kind of eating plans during the
Well,
season?
my assistant coach does a really good job of monitoring that. Our athletic training staff provides diet and, you know, nutrition plans, and the guys have been doing this a long time. And a lot of them are really seeming to get it, where, you know, they're eating the good foods and not, you know, not the empty calories.
Right, so like what kind of foods are those, Mitch? What do usually you do to keep your weight?
Eggs, tuna, a lot of protein in every meal, water, you know, your fruits, your vegetables, staying away from like processed foods as much, and
No red meat?
yeah,
Well, no, definitely
deer
red
meat.
meat.
Well, maybe some, yeah, in a little bit of it.
yeah.
Okay, well, it's obvious you guys should have no problem with that, but that's all the time we have. Great job, guys. We love having wrestler people on here on Between the Lines, and we'll be right back after this.